Greetings to you, and thank you for getting together for the second week, second lesson. And I want to share this joy with you. It's even a healthy sense of pride for our church, our congregation, for being able to group together and walk together in this path of Lent in this 40-day fast. I want just to encourage you to keep going and pursuing the heart of Christ. This is a noble task, and this is not an easy task, but what we do is of very high importance. We cut ourselves off some pleasures, of some things that we are used to, in order to gain a spiritual insight. This is how we function. We kind of function on two levels of desires. Our shouting desires are demanding everything of us, that we satisfy those surface level desires like food, pleasure, comfort, and all of the above. But on the deep level, the level that's kind of stays in the background, that those desires that lay underneath the big desires that are loud in our lives, those deep desires, they require a sense of attention. They require that the upper desires bring their volume down, so the inner desires, the interior motives of us becoming more like Christ, they surface up. So we got to deal with those loud voices. We calm them down. We tell them, stop. You're not my priority, at least for these 40 days, so that the interior desires, those inner, deeper senses, they come to the surface, and we give them ways to be implemented in our lives. So that's why we say no to certain things, so that those deep spiritual things can get to our attention. So I want to compliment you on this fast, and I want to encourage you to keep going. This is super important. This is vital for your spiritual health. I just want to ask this first question, so you pass it along to one another, and you sincerely ask one another how you're doing. How has it been for the last week? Have you found time to be in a quiet place? Have you found that in a room to spend time with Christ? Some of our churchgoers, they find that time behind the wheel in the traffic on the way to work. Others are setting the alarm clock 30 minutes earlier than the usual, so they can afford that time with Jesus. What have you done? Have you been following that practice? Just be sincere and with one another, encourage one another to implement that practice into everyday fabric, and just do that. Spend a few minutes discussing that. We're on a quest to discover the heart of Christ. I want to ask you two questions and see what inclinations you have. When I ask you a question, find the first impulse, find that instinct that speaks first. All right? So, question number one. If things are going well, in relation to God, what do you feel? If things are going well in business, in the relationship, in family life, in your health, what do you tend to think of God? Do you tend to think that God is on my side and His blessings are evident in whatever I am going through? I am experiencing this wonderful life. That means that Christ is near me and He's approving me, and life is just wonderful. The second question is this: what if things are not going well for you? You are in financial troubles, you have some frictions in the relationship within your family, you're experiencing inner turmoil. During that hard times, what do you feel in relationship to God? Do you feel that God is distant? He's not approving? He's not siding with you? He's not open to you, and He's, in a sense, is hiding behind those dark clouds? How come we tend to think that when things are going well, God is shining His face upon us, and when things are not going well, we think that God is distant from us? I believe this is a broken system in our relationship with Jesus. And unless we get to know His heart, we're not going to get rid of this cycle of thinking. Because what we read in the scriptures, and I'm going to give you that passage in the questions that are going to come. What we read in the scriptures, in that famous passage from the epistles to the Hebrews, is that Jesus is our high priest, and He is the priest par excellence. He is the ultimate priest of high priests. That means He is the best representative of God to us. He's the one who connects my soul to the God Almighty. He is the one who is able to be next to me, regardless of what things look like in my life. In that passage, Hebrew 4:15, it says that He is able to co-suffer with us. This is what the word literally means. He is able to co-suffer with me, go hand in hand on my journey in whatever valley you are experiencing. And my question to you is, how in practice can you change that habit of thinking that God is against me, or He's absent from my life? He is distant from me when things are going bad. How can I invite Christ into my life when things are not shining brightly in my life? How can I implement and draw from Christ's heart for myself when things are not going well? When we read the passage 4:15 deeper, the author is able to deliver that heart of Christ that we really need. He says that His uniqueness is in the fact that He was able to go through the temptations like we are going through, but He never sinned. And that's the tension that the passage gives us. On one hand, He is absolutely like us, going through all the circumstances, pressures, tests, and temptations like every normal Christian does. At the same time, He has never fell into a sinful pattern. He never sinned a single time. And the uniqueness of His priesthood is in this ability to know us where we are at, but at the same time, never falling down like we do. And my question is, how does that deliver you from your inability to get up? How knowing the Christ of Jesus Christ, His heart, help you to be closer to Him. If He knows us that intimately well, every detail, every shadow that we've been through, every test, every temptation that we've ever faced, He already had that behind His belt in His experience. Does that help you to go through experiences like what you have? Be honest, be transparent in your discussion. May the Lord bless you. If you've had enough time to cover those three, I give you a bonus question. The question comes out of this passage from the same letter, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. It says that we got to keep our eyes on Jesus. He is the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. And the next sentence says the following: because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor besides God's throne. This particular phrase, because of the joy awaiting for him, in the different translations says that who for the joy that was set before him. What kind of joy was Jesus anticipating? What kind of joy he was going after? What kind of joy was motivating him to go through the shame of the cross, to go through the beating, through the suffering? What was driving force behind that? And I believe if you find the answer to that question, that will bring you to the very heart of Christ. May Him and His Spirit bless your discussion. God bless.